Hey, it's me, Big P, and I wanted to do a quick update on the Trickster, Crackling Lance. How's it going? How's it hanging? I'm going to mouse over all my gear real quick, but there will be a POB of the character as it stands currently. Got a bit of playtime here. How much? A little over 12 hours, probably around 12. And it's going pretty nice. It's going pretty cool. There's some issues. I won't lie. There's definitely some issues. Um, in terms of cast speed, mana regen, and stuff. But well, I'm gonna run the highest tier map I have right now. Did the campaign in about 8 hours, and oh, why is it like moving? Whoa, creepy new bug. Look at that. GGG, please fix. But yeah, let's just run a map. I'm level 75. I'm not wanting for damage. It's all feeling pretty cool, but I don't know about Trickster. Trickster might feel like, well, I mean, let's see. Let's see. I'll go over some of the things I might have changed from the initial plan. Some good changes, mostly good changes. A big one is the Orb of Storms. Now using the new shock support gem. That makes me more willing because what's it called? Oh no, I'm not using it right now. But if and when I get Onslaught somewhere else or my curse somewhere else. Right now, Onslaught and the Curse are just too important. But even just with the normal, like, increased shock effect that you have on the tree and stuff, you still do huge shocks. It's kind of crazy. And not to mention that conductivity... Does conductivity increase shock effect? No, but it reduces lightning res and makes shock chance higher, so it's probably more consistent overall, but obviously it would be better to just have it on hit, on a ring. What the hell? He's like, where's the boss? He's hiding in his house the whole time. We're using Sigil of Power. I'm going to get into what I'm going to try in terms of like setup skills, because we already have the Orb of Storms. And then there's also a number of other things I kind of want to use that all cost mana. Like, I'm very aware of mana issues and mana economy in this build, because our cast speed is, when it's all up, we're almost. I was like bouncing around 3 casts a second, but we're getting close to 4 casts a second, and that's just it's just a lot. Okay, it's a lot to be dealing with. Oh well, we still have another. Yeah. I like the league so far. I think people are trying to hit it like, you know, they make a maxed out thing and then they're like, why can't I run to the end? It's like, oh, it's probably scaling really hard. Does feel slightly untested though, and you know, I hate saying that, but it's like little things, just like the currency. Like, is that just me that's like my loot filter's fucked up, or is the currency like dropping like above where you would expect to click it? I don't know, just a lot of little things feel awkward. But I mean, the game itself, honestly, as even the worst league, my most played league was Bestiary League. I was just kind of getting into the game, and I don't know if you, ooh, leave a like if you played Launch Bestiary. I was just really getting into like build making, theory crafting. I was just a hopeful fledgling young exile. Now I'm all friggin' jaded and, you know, play safe meta skills like Crackling Lance. I mean, I think while leveling before you get a curse setup, I am running Lightning Pen in the links currently, but I'll go into the links as soon as the map's over. But you can see, I mean, it's Crackling Lance. I feel like I barely even talked about it because it's just so it's obvious. Like, look at this guy. Sniped his ass. You're dead. It feels really good to not play a melee skill. I've been watching other people like play like Blade Vortex. That's one of my favorite skills of all time. Absolute classic. And part of me is like, oh, I wish I could do that. But then I remember it's like, oh, I have to like run into stuff and be next to it to kill it with Blade Vortex. Whereas Crackling Lance is kind of nice in that it is decidedly a ranged skill. And even your Orb of Storms, you can just run around casting this thing. And yeah. Your damage is good, but a lot of that's the gear right now. Although the Crackling Lance gem itself is pretty strong, especially if we can get plus levels. I actually don't have any plus levels on my gear at all right now. So let's go over everything that's happened so far. I mean, the campaign we blasted through, again, just a build that runs off like 2 4 links, Orb of Storms to boost your shock or whatever and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Crackling Lance, not even level 18 yet. Using added lightning. It's just got a pretty solid damage effectiveness. I didn't realize it was going up that much. I think at launch it was a little bit lower. So, you know, adding that flat damage in addition to using the lightning damage rolled lucky. Just real nice. You'll notice it. It feels like crit before crit. You know what I mean? Intensify, I really started leveling kind of late. Like it was double for lightning pen. These should all be 17, 18. Relevant gems. I don't think we're gonna just toss in cold conversion without like really maybe retooling a lot of the build. Like I would switch my chest piece to like a Shroud of the Lightness with elemental penetration for like a cheap 6-link maybe if I was doing that. But I would need a better ring for that. But yeah, that's the Crackling Lance links. The last 2 links are going to be Inspiration and Increased Crit. So I'm not worrying too. I'm kind of just sloppily taking care of mana issues with a. Where's that Clarity? Love that Clarity. Ooh, level 18 Clarity. Can't wait. And it might even go into Deep Thoughts. Because yeah, cast speed, man, it's a lot. I don't like Mind Drinker. I'm not actually gonna use Polymath or anything like that. I don't want mana on kill in maps. Mana on, you know, in a map, you kind of should be shooting 1 or 2 things anyway. Maybe you do a full stack salvo or 2 against a rare mob. But, you know, in maps, you're going to be moving around anyway. That means you're going to proc your Arcane Surge on your move skill and stuff like that. So your mana regen goes from, where is it? It's at 88 base. Is that conditional when I'm moving? Yeah, it goes up to about 110. And like I said before, with the, you know, the onslaught buffs, I don't know if we're going to be getting Frenzy. Hopefully we're getting Frenzy somewhere. I mean, like, you know, they're great. But, like, I almost don't feel like we need them. I almost feel like I'm going over on the cast speed, and I'll have to really make up for it with mana. Maybe recoup, like, you know, maybe 1 mana recoup on like a ring or something could help, but like that doesn't seem very consistent. It's really on bossing that I'm most concerned about, because on bosses, I want to do this. I want to do this thing that increases my mana costs, and then I just want to do that until the boss dies. And as you can see, it kind of is a little inconsistent. This is without Arcane Surge. Let's put that down again with the Arcane Surge. It's okay for now, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Clarity is a damage aura for me, because I've invested a lot of cast speed on the tree. Well, pretty much all the cast speed on the tree. You go here, Crackling Speed has cast speed too, and then Nimbleness as well. We're using spells causes you gain mana every 5th time you pay it. I'm casting the 5th time like every other second, you know? It's happening. Where's more cast speed? I think that's all in the tree besides here in coordination. But I do have a decent bit. This is a tier 2 cast speed roll. This is another tier 2 cast speed roll. I just kind of picked those up and was like, yes, please. A little bit of flat lightning, global crit. This is all right, but I mean, I kind of want to annul one of the other things so I could make this really good. But even then, it wouldn't be like super duper good. You know, I can craft some other stuff on this. This is pretty great though. Yeah, I mean, there's like 3 good mods and 3 bad mods. Classic League start gear, you know. I was using a shield. Give me a +1 shield. Come on. I want a +1 on the gem. I feel like looking at the top end, level 20, 21, 22, Crackling Lance is just really juicy. Luckily, Crackling Lance isn't like a meta skill. I'll probably just buy one. You know, if I don't get it on my first go around of the vols, I don't really play enough to like, you know, flip them all myself. But anyway, let's go into more of the gears. Okay, Ice Bite on Frostblink. That's where I was maybe getting Frenzy sometimes. I forgot I did that. I had that in the Orb of Storms, but it's just better to have the Onslaught, at least for mine. And if you have a 4-link, you got to put Conductivity with Hex Touch in it. You know, again, Orb of Storms, just a vessel for a lot of utility. You can pop stuff in there. It's really good. Frostblink is a move skill that I like a lot. Didn't end up going for Lightning Warp, at least not right now. I value the chill. Ice Bite can get us Frenzies. Arcane Surge on 1 cast. I think I can bump it up a little bit, and I probably should. But in the 2-link, I think a level 5 one was fine. Just leveling some stuff here. Power Charge on Crit is probably going to end up in the Orb of Storms, unless I get Power Charges elsewhere. Wrath would be nice as a damage aura, but I don't know. I will talk about auras in a little bit when we get to the rest of it. And actually, let's talk about what I want to do as a setup here. So even with a lot of cast speed, I really don't want to do. I think what it's going to be is Frost Shield, Sigil of Power, Steel Skin, and increased duration on a trigger setup in this helmet, which is nasty, by the way. Tier 1 hybrid and flat life. And I need an open suffix for the trigger craft. So I'm actually going to put June on my Atlas until I get that, and then I'll immediately this is. I mean, this is perfectly. I'm perfectly fine with this helmet. We do have a pretty respectable life pool, I'd say, for levels 76, 75. But I guess we should talk a little bit about defensively. The Trickster's feeling a little weird. I don't know. I'm definitely wanting that Spellbreaker. And before I was leveling with Purity of Elements, and I basically had no evasion rating, no armor. I was really, just randomly dying to stuff. Felt pretty bad. You don't really have recovery. I ended up having to take the regenerate 2% of life while moving because we are hybrid. And I am looking into recoup over here. 30% of damage taken recouped as life. I think for our purposes where we're leeching energy shield and we had, it's like a pretty significant chunk of our defensiveness. That's, it feels like Inquisitor when your ES is being recovered. Um, by us, it's between Ghost Shrouds and Leech. By the way, or Ghost Dance rather. Yeah, Ghost Shrouds from the Ghost Dance. Duh. I don't really use this that much. Don't use it until you're using Grace and maybe have a bit of evasion gear anyway. It's honestly not that good right now, like 2%. This is like 100 something ES where I'm like leeching like I mean, unfortunately we do have to take the Leech Mastery. Like with the Leech Mastery and Ghost Reaver is the only way that like that Leech feels like an actual significant portion of recovery. Otherwise it's just like, oh, okay, it's a little bit and then the recovery starts and then it's, I really wasn't as seamless as I'd hoped. You definitely needed to invest a little bit in the leech and might have to invest a bit more because even with Ghost Reaver, kind of annoying. But I guess it's better recovery options. I don't really like Wicked Ward. I feel like I don't like waiting around for it. I'd rather just proc the leech myself and then also rely on a Ghost Dancer too. That feels pretty okay right now. All feels pretty okay. We are reaching down here. I did go for Grace Reservation Mastery. Again, I'll upload the PLB. I think this is really the only thing I changed because I wasn't wanting for damage. Leveling, I just went straight up. Boom, 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 boom. Where are you? Please go. I'm taking these mana notes too, by the way. We might want to take a cluster. And pretty much just rushed Elemental Overload, Crackling Speed. You actually get Crackling Lance in like Act 3 or something, and I kind of would recommend swapping to it. It's a nice, it's one of the beefier spells, You get it around the time you get Ball Lightning maybe or something. I don't know. I mean, this is basically just another variation of the Ball Lightning style, where you pair it with an Orb of Storms, just cast hella lightning damage spells. You can get mental rapidity, intensity. I'm having mana issues. I feel like we're at a break point right now where it's smooth, but once I get into a 4, into a 5 and a 6 link, and maybe once don't. I really don't want to go into deep thoughts. I only get like 14 more points, so that's only like, and I need, this stuff here. I want the crit here, but it might just cap out there. Might not be able to dip further down in the tree for more life here, or anything like that. We might have to get this too, which I wouldn't mind going to because it's a little bit more ES than life, and then some good suppress. But I think we can cover the rest on gear, and once we go into Spellbreaker, it's okay. But yeah, not being able to recharge Energy Shield is kind of like an anti-combo. I guess maybe we'll see if I can get rid of Ghost. I don't know. Again, Trickster's kind of feeling a little all over the place, and I kind of do wish I could take Polymoth, but it seems like for me, it wouldn't give me that much more damage, and I don't, like I said, in maps, I don't really value the recovery that much because it's really for bossing. I want to be more consistent, just a well-rounded character. And Swift Killer, I don't really have a way to generate frenzies, and then it would just give me more issues. Heartstoppers, whatever. I don't play hardcore. What is this? Not do damage? Take less damage? No thanks, bud. But yeah, I'm going to stream for God knows how long. Oh, I got Conqueror's Efficiency too, so imagine even without that. Maybe we'll get a replica one. Maybe we'll get minus mana costs on rings. Like, I don't know. It's feeling pretty bad, and I feel like, it's good. It's an issue we're definitely going to have to, like, work on solving because, Yeah. What else? I mean, clarity, spell echo. I don't like. I don't even know why I'm leveling that. Inspiration. We use grace. I've been using herald of ice in place of precision, but like depending on the level of the clarity and how much mana we have, like I don't even know if we'll get to use precision. And then the offhand, flat cold is cool. You can level with that if you don't have any of the other ones, or just have a green link instead. There's our precision we're leveling. Increased crit. Faster casting you can also use in the main links or wherever, but yeah, overcharge is really nice. You can probably throw that in. Let's make this. Is my freaking Orb of Storms? Let's go upstairs. You're so noisy. I love you, Orb of Storms. You're so noisy. But yeah, speaking of Orb of Storms, putting the overcharge in it, you don't really, Orb of Storms is utility, and so if you're shocking for like, you can get like fat shocks on act bosses that you were not able to get before. Don't sleep on this gem. It might just be for leveling, but I don't know. I think it could be beyond if you can get it in somewhere else. Again, like I said, I think I maybe tooled around with one or two of the lightning skills for like a zone. And I was like, yeah, no, we're just doing Crackling Lance. We're just doing Overstorms. We're just doing gaming. So yeah, progress is going to come. I think Monday is really going to be where I do like a full I'll probably stream on and off today because I might have to like do some stuff. It's my weekend on Sunday. Sunday stream will probably be putting it together to a point where I can farm like reds comfortably and like get my watchstones and whatever. And then Monday we'll really have like a juicer like setup and stuff or whatever where I have like an Atlas setup. Although I do have some new friends playing. One of my oldest friends just started playing the game, and he's already like, oh, I downloaded POB. I'm looking at like starter builds and stuff, and I'm like, okay, scary. I'm jealous. The game is so different now. The game was better in Bestiary League. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. More updates to come on this one. Seems alright. Seems okay.